just reflecting on a conversation I had years and years ago. Like literally, I can remember certain conversations from over a decade ago, at least a decade ago, you know. Obviously, I ain't the Rain Man. I can't remember every conversation on every rascal day, obviously. But there's just certain conversations that have stuck out in my mind. And they weren't that important or anything like that. But I just remember stuff in it. Like, I will be chatting to my girl. She'd be like, how do you even remember that stuff? Like, my girl could tell me that her sister used to date a guy that was from Cameroon. I'll remember like 4 years ago. I don't know why. And I don't know. I've got a good memory anyway. Innit? Like certain times I'll be talking to my manager at work, and I remember he mentioned some road, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's one guy lived on that road. Remember we done that job with all the rubbish in his house and that. I just got a good memory anyway, innit? Yeah, when it comes to certain things for some strange reason. But I remember I was just reflecting on a conversation I had about a decade ago, so when I was 20, I'm 30 right now, innit? And you know when certain people try to tell you like they know, and that might be relevant for the general populace and that, but not me because I ain't your average Joe off the streets, innit? So I remember one of my family members' boyfriend was trying to tell me, these times I was an apprentice, soon to qualify. And obviously, once you qualify from being an apprentice to a full-time electrician, your pay goes up. And I remember this family member's boyfriend thought he knew more than me. Yeah, you knew more than me when it comes to other people, but you don't know me, fam. And he tried to tell me, you need to save your money once you start getting paid more. So at the time, I was getting paid like £800. Then I was due to get paid 1,800 per month. He's like, once you get your pay upgrade, you need to start saving your money because all you're going to do is spend it, innit? And I was like, I ain't going to do that, innit? He's like, trust me, you will, innit? Yeah. Well, I fucking proved him wrong. Yeah, right now, man's got 3 properties and that's because I've been saving my ass clout of money. Yeah, he tried to tell me, which he's right, as per the general populace apart from me, when most people's wages go up, their lifestyle follows and that. Nah, fam. This is the secret to saving money. When your wages increases, but you don't increase your lifestyle, fam. So for example, if you used to earn 30 grand and now you start getting paid 60 grand, still live like you was on 30 grand. I get paid like 60, 70 grand a year equivalent of, I live like I'm still on 20, 25, 30 grand a year, blood. This is how you're able to save money. Yeah, you're not going to be going on 5 holidays a year. Yeah, you're not going to be driving a brand new Mercedes in that. But I don't give a shit about that stuff, blood. I'm not going to be buying you're not going to be buying a Moncler jacket every week or every month. I don't care about that stuff, blood. But literally, it's not just young people that when their lifestyle increases and that, when their wages increase, their lifestyle follows and that. People when they're adolescents, adults, people 25, 30, 35, 40, 50, 60 years old. The same thing. And it's like, someone could have a little side hustle, yeah? And they might be selling a product. Let's use me as an example. Let's say, for example, my little side hustle could be me selling books, yeah? Obviously, my main side hustle is my properties and that. I get £2,000 a month. I'm talking about £2,400 a month for my properties. But let's say my side hustle was, I don't know, me selling my book. Maybe a shit side hustle. Boy, man, ain't got no sales of lately. Hey, listen, make sure you go into the description and get the link about our ass club book. Yeah, no pressure though, innit? But yeah, let's say for example, my side hustle was me selling my book and that. There's certain individuals, when their side hustle is popping, they think now it's time to upgrade my lifestyle. Blood, that is so dumb, fam. Like, your side hustle's all well and good at popping right now and that, but blood, is it really sustainable? Are you going to be able to guarantee income for the next 10 years, blood? Or 5 years, fam? With the property thing, if someone got a new property and they was making extra profit from the property, maybe they could say, oh, all right, boom, I'm going to start leasing a car for £500 a month. Maybe. If the numbers worked out and that, because you could guarantee, because people are always going to need somewhere to live in that. So long as you don't get a tenant in your yard that's not paying rent and that, because then obviously that would not be really good. That would not be good. But if it was a property thing and you know you're getting guaranteed income and that, then yeah, maybe you could. I'm not really recommending it, but maybe you could lease a car for £500 a month and that. But not with no stupid side hustle that's not guaranteed. You're not guaranteed. If you're selling a product, like selling a book or I don't know, whatever in it, yeah, you're not guaranteed to have a certain amount of sales per month. Even if you're doing private work on the side as an electrician, plumber or gas engineer, okay, the last 4 months have been really good. You've been getting in private work and that. You've been making a bit of money on the side. But you don't know if that money is sustainable, if it's guaranteed for the next 3-4 years. That you're going to take out a car lease for to supplement and pay for this car. It don't make no sense, blood. But there's certain people, they'll be making a little bit of extra money, good extra money on the side for 6 months. And they think, right, bam, now I'm going to upgrade my lifestyle and now I'm going to buy all the things that I want to. I'm going to... Stupid, man. Like even when I was at that, the infamous Holborn job that man always make reference to. I have to. It was an important time in my life. So many lessons was learned in that short space of time and that. But yeah, but one of the lessons that was learned is work hard regardless. Work hard when times are hard and work hard when times are good. When I was at that Holborn job, times were good. Then what happened? A few months later, bam, COVID, lockdown, everyone's losing their jobs, everyone's broke. Yeah, I was working hard beforehand. When times were good, yeah, before lockdown, when no one predicted that this country was going to lockdown, man was working hard at that. Even when I was at that Holborn job, I was earning 10 grand a month. Fucking good money, boy. Imagine that. Imagine 2.5 grand in your bank account every rascal week. There's certain people right now watching this possibly that don't even earn 2.5 grand a month, let alone a week, you know. Obviously, man was working every day under the sun. I remember having to leave the building because we didn't get no reception in the building, and my team, because I was a supervisor manager, they were up on like one of the upper floors and that. I had to leave the building at 11 o'clock at night. And I phoned him and I was like, listen, you don't need to leave the building now. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock. Yeah, find that problem, fix the fault tomorrow. Yeah, I need to go home so I can sleep and that. So yeah, that was funny. But anyway, I was earning the 10 grand a month, 2.5 grand a week and that. There's certain people would have thought, rah, I can upgrade my lifestyle now. I'm gonna lease this car. Are you stupid, blood? You've been on the job for 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, even a year. That's not a long enough time to say to yourself, okay, this income is sustainable, blood. I wouldn't even do it. Even if I knew I had a contract for the next 2 years, I wouldn't do it. Because it's not every job that I can go to where I'll be able to earn 2.5 grand every week, 10 grand a month. So therefore, I can't align my lifestyle to that. I know every job I go to, you damn right I'll be earning £200 minimum a day. Yeah, flipping £1 grand a week. You damn right I ain't getting out of my bed for less than £1 grand a week. What do I look like? Do I look like someone that works in a flipping retail, blood? I would never be getting out of my bed for less than £1 grand a week. Obviously, I'm self-employed in that. If I went as an employed electrician, I don't even know how much that would be a week, but if I was an employed electrician, the most I could take home, or the most I could earn per year, is only 40 grand a year. I'm not working for that. I don't care about annual leave and sick pay enough to be a PAYE electrician and be stuck on 40 grand a year. Forget that. Forget that. So me personally, although I've earned big money before on a construction site, I still wouldn't align my lifestyle to that sort of wage, because that was an anomaly. Yeah, that was just a nugget for me in it. Yeah, that was just a good time for me in it. Most construction sites that I go to, there ain't that opportunity for overtime and that. So you know what? You don't upgrade your lifestyle. You just work hard, bang out every single hour underneath the sun, work all the hours and save the money in it. That's all you can do. Don't upgrade your lifestyle in it. It's stupid. And I've had conversations with man. And man are talking about, well, I won't be able to buy this property and that I'm in and that. Blood, you leasing a car, financing a car and that for £500 a month is not helping your situation, blood. You're making a bad situation even worse, blood. You're tight for money as it is. You don't earn that much money, or even if you earn that much money, you're not earning enough. Now, okay, you're making a little bit of money on the side, but now you're leasing a car and that you're financing the car for £500 a month. You're making your job, your task of buying this property even more difficult because the property is already out of a man's reach and that because of how expensive it is. And then what, you're gonna go and add an extra £500 a month commitment to the equation? Come on, man. Come on, man. Why can't people just stay in their lane? Why can't people just be content with driving a Ford Focus and that? Like, as long as it looks good, it's clean, yeah? Don't get it twisted. Your car don't need to be like mine. You see my video already. You know what I talk about? I refuse to pay £500 a month to lease or finance a car, innit? As long as your car don't look like mine, then don't worry about it. As long as it looks good on the outside, inside is clean and fresh. Blood, why do you need to be driving a car that's outside of your wages and that? Your car should cost you, like I was saying in that video, I'm sure I say like 10% or maximum, it should be 20%, a fifth of your monthly wage. And even that, let's say for example you earn £5 a month, you should not be spending £1,000. You know, £1,000 is a fifth of £5,000. You should not be spending £1,000 a month on no flipping car lease. So you know what? Yeah, a tenth. So if you're on £5,000 a month, maybe £500, maybe, but still, you know, your tariff might be 48 months, but you're spending £500 a month for 48 months. That's 24 grand over the 4 years, blood. You could have got yourself a property up in this little dead area that I'm in. That could have been bringing you back £1,000, 200 a month. All right, obviously there are overheads and that. Yeah, I hear that, but still. So, me personally, I'm always just stay in my lane. I would hate to, every time I look out my window and that, I've got a car outside. I'm looking at it like it's a burden. I'm looking at this car, it's just sitting there gathering dust. Because imagine if I get a brand new car, am I really going to be driving around up and down all day long, getting in, getting out, putting ladders and just, what? I'm not doing that in a brand new car. So Monday to Friday, my car's not going nowhere. And then what? I just go Edmonton on the weekends and that. Forget that, man. Forget that. Maybe if the cars then was as cheap as was before lockdown and that, you could lease a Mercedes, let's say like C200, C300 or something like that, for like £300. But now the prices is mad. It's like £5, but now forget that, blood. I'm not spending no £500 on no flipping car to lease, blood. And the maddest thing is, there's people on some mediocre wage, £2.5 grand doing it, you know. Rah, boy. That's all I can say. I ain't doing that. I am not doing that, man. But obviously the problem is, people are always watching their neighbors, people are always watching their friends, people are always watching their family members and that. People feel like they need to keep up with the Joneses and that. Stop watching other people, man. Just focus on yourself. Stop watching other man. Stop watching. Everyone's timeline is different, blood. Someone else might become a millionaire at 35, the next one might become a millionaire at 25 and that. Yeah, just focus on being the best version of yourself, blood. Because you looking at other people that have become millionaires and that, but that ain't helping you speed up your process and that. Yeah, it can give you a little bit of motivation and drive and that, but in the grand scheme of things, it ain't helping you, innit? All them things there do, when you're watching man too much, see, this is where hate and jealousy come from. When man are watching man too much, blood. When man are watching other man's pockets, blood. I've had conversations with man before. And I told a man, yeah, I earn like between 60 and 70 grand a year. And then the next conversation, I said to a man, yeah, I earn 60 grand a year. And the man said to me, you told me you earn 70 grand for the year. I'm thinking, what, you hanging on to every single decimal point? Every single word I'm saying, fam? You really hanging on to every single word I say? I told you before, I'm earning between 60 and 70 grand a year. And then you take that as 70, and then when I told you in another conversation, I basically earn 60 grand a year, you're like, you told me you earn 70 and that. Why are you hanging on to a man's words? I know a man's hanging on to a man's words, because a man's watching a man's pockets, and I know a man's watching a man's pockets said that. Because if I told him that I was only earning 20 grand for the year in one conversation, 30 grand for the year in one conversation, and then the following conversation next month, and that I told him I'm earning 20 grand a year, man would even bat an eyelid, man would even give a shit. But because it's big boy money, man, I'm watching, man, and thinking, oh, fuck, man, why man earning that much money in that? I'm not watching no one else's pockets. I don't give a shit, blood. I know I'm doing the best that I can at the moment. Obviously, you can always work a little bit harder, innit? You could always spend an extra 2 hours in that. But I'm working hard enough. I don't really care, innit? Right? That's it, man. I don't watch next man's pocket. I don't look at next man and think, oh, pussy, oh, yeah, new car. If I really felt like that, blood, I would have a new car a very long time ago, and I don't care. I don't care. Anyway, man, that's it for today, man. Stay well, done, man.